This is music, and this relates to Van Morrison. How? Welcome to another haul video. In this video, I'm going to show you two very small hauls. They're so small, they actually don't even qualify as hauls, but whatever. The first one, I picked that one up at the Lonely Hunter. And the second one, I picked that up at a curiosity shop slash secondhand shop. And there is an unexpected Van Morrison connection in the second haul. So if you're a Van Morrison fan, maybe you'll find this interesting. But let's first have a look at the haul from the Lonely Hunter. I picked up some really cool items there, including this one, Street Rock and Roller by 44 Magnum, a Japanese hard rock metal band. Uh, I've been getting into them over the last couple of years, and I like both their early heavy metal stuff and their more commercial AOR stuff too. I believe this is an early release, and I really like the band members' stage names. So the vocalist, whose real name is Tatsuya Umehara, goes by the name of Paul. The guitarist, uh, his real name is Satoshi Hirose, but call him Jimmy, please. Uh, then the bass player is his real name is Hironori Yoshikawa, but his stage name is Ban. And the drummer, whose real name is Satoshi Miyawaki, his stage name is Joe. I just like that they went with those very unassuming stage names. By the way, I don't know if you can see it, but they misspelled guitars. It doesn't matter. Really cool. Really glad I picked this one up. I've been looking for this for a while. We got some more Japanese hard rock. Earth Shaker. This one looks really cool. And this is more like a single or an EP with some live material as well. Uh, Great band. A little bit more commercial AOR hard rocky overall compared to the early 44 Magnum stuff, but it's a band I really like. This is a Roadrunner pressing, so it's not a Japanese pressing. That's why you have no Obi, I think. Uh, More stuff from Japan. Ezo or Ezio, Fire Fire. Really, really cool stuff. This is a Geffen release. And they look a little bit glammy. I have not heard this one. I don't know if it is glammy, but I have another Ezio album, and that is definitely straight up heavy metal. Maybe even with a tad of speed metal. I haven't heard this one, but I look forward to listening to it. So, three really cool Japanese metal items from back in the day. But uh, the find in this little haul is what I'm going to show you now. And so far, it's the find of the year for me. The year's just started, but it's this one here, Vicious Rumors, self-titled. Amazing album. One of the most important bands to me in my formative years, alongside Iron Maiden and AC/DC, obviously, and Running Wild and Metallica, and actually a lot of bands, Pantera, but also Vicious Rumors. Uh, as you can see from the condition, this is an older pressing. I don't know if it's been reissued. If it hasn't, I'm pretty sure it will be within the next couple of years because I think it was Hammer Hard Records that reissued. I think it was them. I'm not sure. That reissued some earlier Vicious Rumors albums, including Digital Dictator. But I couldn't wait around, uh, so I decided to pick this one up. It wasn't too expensive actually. So that was the Lonely Hunter haul. Okay, the next haul. I'm gonna show you the haul first, and then I'll get into the potential Van Morrison connection. Uh, so I grabbed a copy of this one here, Sky, kind of a prog band, and I have pretty much all their studio albums apart from this one, but I have that one now. And then they did one which I think where they covered, I think, Mozart or something. I don't have that one. I will at some point. Proggy music, mainly instrumental, just really nice stuff to listen to. I enjoy it. So I was glad I found this one, and it wasn't too expensive either. Um, and then I grabbed myself a copy of this Photo Classic, I think it's fair to say. Uh, Turn Back. This one wasn't too expensive either. I think it was 70 Danish kroner for this one, 70 Danish kroner for the Sky one. I guess that's around 10 pounds, 10 euro something. So not too bad at all. Uh, and they need to be cleaned, but that's it. I also grabbed myself a copy of this one here. This is Isolation, also by Toto. Now, so what the hell does this have to do with Van Morrison? Now, I bought those 3 records at a second-hand shop slash curiosity shop called Spor 2,5 in Danish, Track 2.5 in English. And it's a very, very, very small shop that's situated in a local kind of metro train station. I don't know what a metro station is, but it's a metro train station. There are like 2 types of metro trains in Copenhagen. There's a relatively new one called the Metro, and then there's a quite old one called the S train. And this station is an old S train station, and then the Metro was kind of added later. But what does this have to do with anything? Now, the name of that train station is Vanløse Station. So station means station. Vanløse is just the name of the district in Copenhagen where it is, and that's the district I live in. Now, if you are a Van Morrison fan, you might go, wait a minute, Vanløse, that sounds an awfully lot like Vanløse, like the Van Morrison song Vanløse Stairway. And that is actually exactly what it is. Vanløse is a reference to Vanløse. And that shop, Track 2.5, is pretty much just next to one out of 2 very likely sources of inspiration for the lyrics of the Vanløse Stairway song. Namely, the stairs that lead from the ground level up to the S train platform. That's one of them. The other potential source of inspiration is a stairway in an apartment block in Vanløse. And that's because Van Morrison actually dated a woman who lived in Vanløse way, way, way back. And people have speculated that those 2 stairways are kind of combined, uh, part of the inspiration for the lyrics to the song Vanløse Stairway, which is a song that he wrote about his girlfriend in Vanløse at the time. So yeah, there you have it, the potential Van Morrison connection. The shop where I bought those 3 records is right next to one out of 2 very likely sources of inspiration for the lyrics for Vanløse Stairway. Basically, it's next to one of the stairways, the Vanløse Stairway. So there you go. I don't know if this is of any interest to Van Morrison fans, but I thought it's a fun story, so whatever. Anyways, thanks for watching.
Ja, herr Godfredsen, de bor jo ganske vist ikke i Valby.
Desværre, herr Brodersen, desværre. Men det er tæt ved. I Vanløse.